I'm sorry, Michael, you were just saying?
You just won the World Series. Congratulations. I was rooting for you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Well, I figured after what you'd been through with the hurricane, you were entitled to a series.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. We've talked several times, and I've never said what I'm about to say to you. I was watching you in this film last night. I saw you on screen. I truly mean this when I say this. You are one of the most incredible actors of our time. Michael, I love your work. I love to watch you on screen. I've been a fan of yours, as you know. We got to hang out at TIFF many years ago. But I just love watching. It's fun to watch you in these roles.
Oh, thank you. Well, it's fun to do them. I mean, that's what I thought when I read the script. I was like, oh, this is a fun character. I guess some people would think that's kind of warped or whatever, but I think there's a lot of humor in it, you know? It's a lot of offbeat, kind of dark humor in it.
Well, he's doing his job.
Yeah.
But he's also got struggles in his own world.
Yeah.
And they kind of go against each other. I'm answering your question, I'm sorry, but that's what I got out of it. Am I right?
Yeah, well, and also, you know, I think this can happen to people, is that you think you're doing everything right. You know, particularly in this era of American history, everybody was very uptight and, you know, trying to have the perfect house and the perfect car and your grass mowed perfectly and the perfect little family but underneath all this is kind of some doubt or anxiety, or like, is this really making me happy? I don't know, you know, and I think that's what Strickland's about.
Tell me what it's like to work with Guillermo del Toro, who I think is just an incredible director as well.
Yeah, he's a force of nature, man. He's like, every, you know, molecule of his being is about art, you know. He does it so many different ways, you know. Like any great director, he's not just paying attention to one aspect of it, he's paying attention to every aspect of it and giving it all equal significance.
Where did he tell you to go? I've been asking the cast this because this is a creative story, like we've never seen before. I'm just curious, as he's giving you directing tips on the set, where did he tell you to go as far as your mind with this role?
Well, you know, he gave me a little backstory that he had come up with, that one of the reasons Strickland had developed this persona is because when he was younger, he had been perhaps taken advantage of. And so once that happened, he said, well, that never again. That will never happen to me again. I'm going to be in charge. And that made a lot of sense. You know, it's just somebody who's refuses to let anybody get the upper hand on him, unless, of course, it's the general or somebody above him in rank. But, you know, striving to get to the point where he's the one in charge, you know.
I want to make sure your fingers are okay. Okay, they're good.
Yeah.
You see the movie, you know what I'm talking about. But can I ask you about the makeup process for that? Because really, and the smell, even though we were in a theater watching you, there's a couple of scenes I'm like, ugh. Tell me, how did you get that to look like that?
It's real simple. They were just slip on. I mean, basically like those dishwashing gloves or something. That's what they were like. They were rubber slip-on fingers, and then we'd wrap a bandage, ace bandage, or well, it wasn't even ace bandage, it was just gauze. I want that white gauze. And then they had like a few different sets of them to show the deterioration, you know. There was the brighter colors that eventually turned purple and then black. Yeah.
We saw that. Final question for you today, sir. Holidays are coming up. You've got a great movie coming out. What does Michael Shannon want for Christmas?
Oh, man. My favorite thing at Christmas is just to watch my kids having a good time, you know. The thing I love about Christmas is nobody works on Christmas, so I know I'm going to get to be home, which, you know, is my favorite place to be. So just being home with the kids, that's all I need.